Welcome back to the Guillotines and Guitar Studio here in Hartsville, South Carolina. Hello, everybody. We took a little time off, but you didn't know that because we still had material coming out. You don't know none of that stuff when we do stuff like this. So you shouldn't even hear about it. I shouldn't even be talking about it.
That's the magic of recording.
Yeah. We had what coming out? Material?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Welcome to episode Cut 12. Not episode. This is Cut 12, baby.
Cut 12.
Quat 12. Well, Quat 12 night. Hope everybody's been keeping up with us. 1 through 25 is out on season 1. 1 through 11. Let's not do that. Don't even worry about what I just said.
It's 11 because this is 12.
Because we always get confused and it just confuses you, so we shouldn't. We're not going to talk about this anymore.
We don't get confused.
I don't either. I don't know what you're talking about. That shirt's confusing. How about that?
Thank you. It's a good shirt.
It's an okay shirt.
This is a beautiful
It looks
shirt.
like
that is.
I'm retired and I live
like
in Florida shirt.
You just jealous because you can't fit in it.
It looks like he's in the Netherlands, like playing polo or something.
It does, don't he?
Well, now I'm going to have to change it.
Like he plays squash.
No, that's a cool shirt. I like it.
I'm taking it off.
Polo.
Taking it off.
It's a good shirt, man. We was just teasing you. We're just breaking your balls a little bit,
Can't believe you picking on my shirt.
All right. Our top, we got to move on. Our topics tonight, guillotines. We were talking about the Zodiac killer of, what was it? It was in the valley, wasn't it? Of California?
The Zodiac killer.
The Zodiac killer from California.
Did you
confirmed in California?
5.
And guitars, we're talking about
5 confirmed on the Zodiac.
Oh, yeah. So guitars, we're talking about the evolution of recording music, going from phono radio to 8-tracks to
The
Digital.
deck tapes, all the above, going on
Digital.
the MP3s. We're going to talk about all that stuff, how where it came from and where it is today.
All those tracks.
All those tracks, 8 tracks. What did I say earlier today?
A to Z. A to Z.
His text
We got to
earlier,
cover all of them.
8 tracks.
I
Yeah.
did say 8 tracks.
You said 8 tracks, yeah.
I meant to press the 8 button.
No, you
My
didn't.
fingers are fat.
But we're going to cover all of them. So
Yeah, we'll do that.
we'll make sure we get the 8 tracks.
But that's our topics. We got plenty of merchandise out there. Plenty of merchandise. We just read up. We got hats. We got plenty of coins. We have koozies. We got
Keep going.
we got all
coins
kind of
and
stuff going on.
koozies. We got merchandise.
We got merchandise.
Yeah.
We got some sponsorships open.
Yeah, we need some sponsors. So if
Yeah.
you know a business or anybody who wants to get their name out there, you just I'm Mr. Snow Christmas.
No, it's Happy New Year.
Happy New
Oh
Year.
my God! You can't with this guy.
It's Happy New Year.
How you concentrate? That's right. It's just the New Year's show. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas.
He looks like a grand wizard.
Well, I don't think the Grand Wizard is the right word.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't treat my words correctly.
If you watch
You're
this
like
show,
a snow wizard.
if you watch
Snow
this
wizard,
show,
okay.
you know that Trey has a surprise.
I'm sorry, Trey.
Almost every show, he has a outfit for the occasion. So
That's right. And this is our
it's New Year's.
This is our New Year's show. This is the first
New
show of
Year.
2024. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's like he'd be illegal on the highway.
I am illegal on the highway.
He'd be a distraction. Pull him over, give him a ticket. All right, so that's our topics for tonight. We're gonna be talking about
No, but it's so funny because when we're talking, all of a sudden Trey
disappears.
disappears.
He goes into the back cave.
He disappears. And you say something like,
You see limbs, just nothing else but hands, limbs, and clothes just slinging back
and
there.
then it reappears.
Yeah.
It's like a Muppet show. It's just like,
Ta-da! I was just like, well, we had Santa Claus on last week, or you guys did. I wasn't here for it.
This is great. But that's our topics. Go ahead and look who's flipping. Since Mr. Canadian here is going away for a little while.
What's it got to be Mr. Canadian? I don't have time to practice.
Oh, here we go. No drum roll. That's all right.
I'll do a drum roll.
Oh, what it is? Oh, guitars.
Guitars.
We got the guitars, yes, and we're talking about evolution of recording music, out from 8-tracks all the way now today to your downloads. We're going to talk about everything in between, how did it get here, where did it ramp up, you know what I'm saying? Where did the technology kick in?
Yeah, technology transformed music and constantly.
I'm glad I don't have epilepsy. I'd shut down right now.
That's all good.
Well, we need to dim the light or something so it looks better. Get a better effect.
So we got your choice of shots for tonight. Chris, I'm going to let you pick my left hand or my right hand.
What's your dominant hand? I'm not going to say it, but what's your dominant hand?
I'm left-handed.
You're left-handed. Let's do the right-handed because that's the stranger.
It's Pussycat.
See? It makes sense. We know what we're talking about, but, it makes sense. Right? Am I right? I'm right.
I know nothing about numbness.
I don't either. But Kurt is all the time talking about being dominant, wanting to be dominated or something. I don't know.
That shirt's dominating you right now. Smothering you.
Wanting to be dominated.
I see all your imperfections.
Wanted to be dominated.
What
Thank
we
you,
got
Trey.
here?
No, you did a full.
Oh, yeah.
Hold
I
on.
noticed
Hold
that.
on. Is there gazoots around
I
here?
noticed that.
That's where it came from.
Wardrobe change.
Those are really from gazoots?
Oh, yeah. This is my outfit from Split Rail back in 1998, 1999.
Holy shit.
They still fit. It doesn't button up all the way, but it still fits.
When you get to editing, you need to do a picture. Get it? Yeah. I'm talking about a picture slash the picture back in the day.
Oh, no, we don't need to we don't need
This
to compare.
tray ate the other tray.
Well, that wasn't funny at all.
That's gonna
Cold
we
tonight.
got some
Cold tonight.
pussycats here. Those look pretty cool. I think we had these before.
We have.
I think we've had
Probably
these
why we're having them again.
I don't think Chris wants pussycats. I think he wants something else. He wants a different shot.
Nah.
Something a little longer and harder, I think.
God.
Something's wrong with him tonight. He's been like this all night. What's wrong with him tonight?
Did you
What
start
the-
drinking at work today?
No, he's the one who looked at it and said, "We got pussycats tonight. I don't think I want this."
Oh. Well,
He's in another mode tonight.
He's on it.
I'm gonna get
he's
him though.
paying
Wait
attention.
I can have me another drink. I'm gonna kill you. I'm getting all your imperfections on
No,
camera.
hell, you not gonna kill me.
Bend over, Junior.
Oh, God.
All right.
No, that's not. That's not happening.
All right, boys. It's a good show. Here we
Squeal
go.
like a pig.
You about went through the nose. Pussycat's coming through my nose on that one. He's gonna try not to. Yeah.
That son of a gun had some booze in it, buddy.
Yes, it did, John. I like
full
those
of
though.
it.
That is
They
good.
are good.
I like those.
Trey originally got those,
All right.
and that's a good flavor. Good choice.
Let's see.
But do you hear, Chris? Surprisingly, I like those.
All right, it's 1975. You're running around your grandma's house. You bump into this really big piece of furniture, and the top opens. You look down in there. There's a place for your 8 tracks, and there's a record player right beside it. Anybody ever had that happen?
I hadn't, but
I hadn't either.
I was crawling in 75.
My grandma must have had money then. Y'all's grandmas was poor then.
They were poor.
So yours had the 8. Say it again. You had an 8-track and
it was a
record
combo.
player?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She had the combo.
An 8
well-
track and a record player?
Yeah.
Well,
On one side it was the 8 track, and the other side it was the record.
I've got
And,
one for you.
Well, the whole thing was about high as this table, and it had the speakers inside. It was like a big old
It was
piece of
probably
a
as
console.
big as the
Yeah.
table, too, wasn't it?
yeah. So you lift it up the top, and boom.
Well, let me tell you something. So back in the day when our band first started, we didn't have a PA system. But Jonathan had one of those console units that had the 8-track record player, AM/FM radio. Had two like 4-inch speakers on each side.
That's it.
But it had a microphone input. And he brought on the back of his truck this big giant console with the 8-track player and all that stuff in there. We put it in your dad's garage, and that's what we sang through.
That's neat.
And actually, I've got a recording on a cassette, which was a magnetic recording.
Magnetic record.
On a cassette of us playing.
Actually, the tape reel?
No, it was a cassette tape. But of us recording the song. I'm going to sneeze now. I got some dust on my clothes, I guess. It was we recorded 2 songs, Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and I had the
what songs were they?
Sweet Child of Mine and Inner Sandman. Nobody sang Inner Sandman, so it was just the music, and when it would go
Instrumental.
it was instrumental, but when it would get to the part, the music would stop, and you could hear William away from the microphone going, "Off the devil, land."
Off the never know.
And that was our cue to come back in, but nobody was singing. But I had the tape recorder set up in front of the speaker so that you could hear the vocals and also hear the music. But I've got that at home.
That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about.
But it was an 8-track record player.
Is it quality sound?
No. Oh yeah, it's great. I mean,
Sounds like old phono player.
however, I was a 13-year-old saying I need to put it closer to the vocals. We get the vocals up above the music, so I had that.
but was
Close
that
enough.
was that the 8-track or an A-track?
That was
Because I mean,
well, that was a B track. Nobody used those.
okay, because we heard earlier about A-tracks, and it was new to me. I didn't know that existed, but it was something I learned today.
Yeah, I used the B track.
Okay, all right.
Y'all.
The tape recorder I used was one of those like small flat rectangular.
Yeah,
with
like
the big buttons
you
on the
get
front.
interviewed by the
had the big
FBI or
buttons.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Press record. Where was you at Saturday night?
Get to the end, have to rewind it and wait for it.
Yeah.
It had the big buttons, and the record button was red, but you had to record and play at the same time.
Man, I had so many of them.
We did that a lot.
Yeah.
Getting a blank cassette, putting it in there.
And wait for your favorite song to come on?
No, I'm talking about us
Recording.
recording the band.
Yeah.
We had one of those. It's about this, that wide, that long. You put a
I got
blank
a dirty
tape in there.
That what?
You put a blank tape in there. You hit play and record. And
Yep.
we used to try and we would move it around the room to set it to try and get the best sound of recording us.
Find a sweet
And it
spot.
would be like you'd hit play and you'd be like, "It's recording." Come back. And then everybody
Run
like,
back over your spot.
and then start playing.
All the excitement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those were exciting
And you could
times.
always hear the person who hit record talking about, it's recording. Let's go.
But did you hit record and play at the same time?
And then get like a couple of seconds. Oh, stop.
Let's redo that one. Hang on, let me rewind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, the tape got stuck. Give me a pencil.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, man. So, you had the regular radio, then stuff that was 8-tracks the first cassette tape that came out.
Well, it was 8 tracks where the cassettes kind of evolved from an 8-track, but I don't know if the 8 tracks were the first. If you go back from the beginning, and I say from the beginning because I don't know exactly when the beginning was, but I think you had it was almost like the phonograph type thing. Wasn't that one of the first recording devices?
Phono, autograph, or whatever. However,
Well, it was the era I think was called acoustic recording.
it was.
But it was just where people gathered around and you had it was almost like a phonograph. It looked close. it's similar to what a record player is.
So it.
Well, I
think,
thought before that was the Edison tube or whatever it was called. That was
with the big tube, right? That come up.
The
it was,
phono-
no, it was no, a tube. It was it worked the same way that a record does with a needle and the grooves, but it was a tube instead of a flat disc.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The big tube that came up and it was like a big
Are you thinking
tube.
about a speaker?
Well, no, I think that was what recorded
Captured
the
the
sound, I
sound.
think.
Damn, them things is big. You can use these things as a weapon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see what
I don't
you
know how
have.
they were recorded.
Just the 8-tracks. You know what they look
Oh,
like.
we're talking about the beginning of recording, Chris. And he's back on 8 tracks. No, but
I don't know how they were. I don't know how they were recorded. I know that they were recorded on wax. It was a wax disc.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it was almost like a vinyl.
Okay.
Record.
It was the mechanical phonograph cylinder.
Was it a phono autograph or?
So it went up to like a big tube, didn't it?
Phonograph.
Like a big tube that formed and went up.
Edison,
And-
you're right. 1877.
But I mean,
Right,
the
but-
people sat around it to record with, and that the tube is what.
Well, that's what the Soggy Bottom
But-
Boys recorded on.
Yeah, absolutely. But 1857 is with the phono autograph or phone autograph.
He paid you $100 to sing into his can.
Phonography.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, phonography.
$80 to sing into his can and record on the phonograph.
Hot damn, it's the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah. You remember we was
It was
recording
$80.
$80. Yeah.
Was it $8?
Well, no,
or
$100.
$100?
Was it $100 or $20?
I think
Probably.
back then that's a lot of money.
Probably $8.
Yeah, I was
He'll pay
thinking
you-
8.
No, $10. It's a $10 piece singing my yonder can.
Yeah, because they had two that couldn't write. It just signed with X, or was it three
Yeah.
of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he got him on that one. That'll be fine.
Yeah. The guy was blind. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, that was a mighty fine digging and a singing. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna give you $10 piece. Oh God, that was a great movie. But yeah,
That was a good
obviously,
Obviously, I love that
that's
movie.
what he was recording on, the phonograph cylinder. That's what it had to be. Because there wasn't no, it was a geographical oddity. 2 weeks from everywhere. I love that movie.
Okay,
So then,
when did reel to reel come?
so vinyl, did vinyl come before or after the 8-track?
And vinyl was around for a long time because, like I said, the cylinder was
Most of that stuff, I think.
the cylinder was before the record. The cylinder was the technology that they used to create the
that
record.
evolved into the record,
Yeah.
I think.
So
Because I think back then they used to use, it was like it was a round thing, and it cut the grooves into it, which is what made the music from the horn or whatever. I mean, it was. I don't know. I still don't really understand it.
This first
all of
For a
that technology, I'm
diaphragm.
like,
Yeah.
This first thing
even
that just came
the
up-
technology that old, I'm like, I still don't get it. I'm like, how does it make sound?
when I was in elementary school, we were learning about how records work, and one of the things that we did was actually took a record, put it on a pencil, and we had a piece of paper that we rolled up into a cone shape, and you tape it to a cone. You put a needle, you pinch the end of it, put a needle inside of it. With one hand, you're holding the record, and you spin it. And with the other one, you hold the cone, and you set the needle down on the record while you're spinning it, and you can hear the sound come out of the cone. And it's the exact same.
I'm gonna do that when I get
It's
home.
the same idea, but it worked. I mean, I remember doing that in school, and it worked. Luckily, they provided the albums. If I would have brought my Beatles or Led Zeppelin or something like that, and put an
So
actual needle
what
on
album
it.
did it
I don't remember. It was literally like
symphony type
I remember
I'm
like
triggered right now.
some Chipmunks, I think, something like that.
I'm so triggered right now.
Why?
Keep going. No, I ain't gonna interrupt you, man, because I remember all this stuff at West Hartsville Elementary, man.
Oh yeah,
I learned.
See, to me,
Remember the Brush Away song? Hold on, I'm sorry. Brush away to decay, up and down, brush away. Get those little tiny little plaques, and it just And then my times tables. Put on the damn time tables record. I learned everything off of records.
okay.
Oh my God! I just shot straight back.
did you ever actually think of how the sound comes out of a record? I mean, did that ever occur to you?
Miss Haskell didn't teach me that. She just played the damn record.
Well, see, that intrigues me because I'm like, how to me, like you were talking about how somebody, and you were like in school, we rolled it in paper.
Sure you did.
Put a needle on there, and you could hear the sound coming out. I'm like, who came up with that? I mean, who actually thought of? Okay,
Don't know.
here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and record.
Well, you think about it, it's the vibrations are coming out. It's I bet it's similar. The idea is similar to where you want to hear what's happening on the other side of the wall. You take a cup and put it out.
Yeah.
Well, the cup isn't just a cylinder. The cup has to be like a solo cup. It's got to have a
It's got to have
a cone.
and a conduit to it.
because that cone is taking all
He's
the
rhyming.
the cone is taking the sound and bringing it to a spot.
Yeah.
Just like when you're playing the record,
We cut it off.
just like when we're playing the record, the sound goes out in a cone. You're interrupting my F's and N's. I'm trying to teach somebody something here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm learning here.
But yeah, so anyway, that was something that always stood out to me because it was interesting. Like you guys are saying, it's like, who would have thought that you could do that? And then to find out that, so I was doing this in the elementary school, but they've known about this for over 100 years. They've done it,
Well over 100 years.
Right. That's what I mean. So it's, well, just over 100 years when I was in school.
So interesting, man. Man, it's so interesting. I love it. I'm telling you, man, I got taken back, man. I had to bring myself back to come back here, Chris. You ain't Miss L. Kelly. Oh my gosh, she was evil.
We've already talked about her.
So I
Reel to reel.
Yep.
Reel to reel. I was going to say, when you were talking about it a second, I looked something up, and immediately the first thing that came up was actually really interesting to me. When did it come out? It was the 1920s. It says reel-to-reel magnetic tapes were developed in Germany in the 1920s and 30s and saw use by German forces during World War II.
Wow.
So,
So that's
so-
the big reels with the
the big reel-to-reel. Yeah,
Yeah.
a reel-to-reel. It's a big reel here.
yeah.
Cassette tape's the exact same thing. It's just a smaller version of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
They just shrunk it.
Yeah.
So the reel-to-reels were really invented for
Military.
wartime uses.
Yeah.
It wasn't music. It was
Yeah.
to communicate.
Yeah, and then some pot
Okay.
smoker like, yeah, man, I can record some tunes on this thing, man.
What that's it. It's the
Mexican American.
Well,
it's the innovation. I mean, people have they want to create and innovate.
Don't mark
So, I mean,
Reinvent the wheel.
yeah.
I do wonder, and we'd have to get an expert on here to talk about it, or talk to somebody who knows it. But I want to know how many tracks were on that original. I'm assuming that was just a single track. There wasn't multiple tracks. And the reason I say that,
probably was.
the reason I say that is because your cassette tape has two tracks. It has a left and a right, on one side, left and a right on the other side. So when we would record on these primitive Tascam 4-channel, 4-track cassette recorders, you're recording, and so when you would listen, if you try to put it in a regular tape player, you're only going to hear tracks 1 and 2, and if you flip it over to listen to 3 and 4, they would be backwards because
Right, yeah,
they're
yeah.
on the other side of the tape.
You're starting it over.
Or the other bottom, top,
Yeah.
whatever side it was. But so your cassette tape is a 4-track reel-to-reel.
It's where the devil talks on the backside.
That's right.
Oh yeah, what was that? No, that was a record player, wasn't it?
Yeah. What is the Beatles?
Ozzy.
The Beatles did it.
Well, you had
Paul is Dead.
You had, I think everybody
Yeah.
did it.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could run it backwards. You could and hear something. But
In the 1930s, the vinyl was invented. 1930s.
Recording has come a long way. I mean, you figure all the way from the days of
well, and actually, if you think how fast recording
has progressed.
has progressed, it's really a blip like, on the radar as far as time. I mean,
Right.
it's we went from like recording acoustically around some big cone, with a spinning wheel, recording that way, to now digital where it's and it's like you can have 50,000 songs in the palm of your hand. You can flip through them and have it right there, when you want it right now.
Right.
And I can remember when I was young having cassette tapes where young people today have no idea about cassette tapes. How if you want to hear a song, it's like, oh, listen to this song, but it's the third song on side A. Fast forward, and you play it. Nope, that's still the other song. Fast forward, and and have to stop it at just the right point.
Right.
Like,
you couldn't just start it.
Yeah, you couldn't just start it, and it
Right.
was.
You couldn't. CDs brought that out.
Kids today have no idea what that is like. I mean,
While you're talking, I just looked up because I remember seeing this picture. 1956, out of the side of an airplane, they're pulling out this giant unit with a forklift out of the side of an airplane that is a 5 megabyte storage unit.
5 megabytes.
And and I'm looking at the picture now. It's wider than it's a single little small forklift, but they're pulling it out of the side of an airplane. That's how they're carrying it around.
It's actually bigger than the forklift.
It is bigger than the forklift. Yeah, it's taller than the guy sitting on the forklift.
And how big is 5 megabytes?
It's not very big.
5 megabytes is nothing these days, no. But it's a side-by-side picture. So that's 1956. 5 megabytes is this giant thing that probably weighs 1,000 pounds that this guy is picking up with a forklift. The picture beside it is a person's finger with one of those micro SD cards sitting on top of it that holds 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Which is
way more.
1,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How far we've come
and that short of time.
Yeah. It really was.
Because if you think about it,
check this out now. As soon as, we got cassette, decks out, wasn't long CDs. It was the cassette
was
wired,
irrelevant.
The CD just could.
Well,
you
that was
had
a
to buy
different-
the adapter to put the damn cassette deck and the little wire.
That goes
You know,
to the
yeah,
CD
yeah.
player.
Yeah.
That was when we were transitioning
cassette
to
CD. That's
Yeah.
what
to
it was.
CDs.
That was before the vehicle manufacturers started putting the CD players in the cars because CDs hadn't taken off,
And they
as
still had to take
as
that.
much. They were coming.
The time frame from when you had cassettes, and I remember buying cassettes.
Who had that, by the way?
What?
The cassette CD combo idea.
I think we all,
Everybody.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
I
had
did.
to. You had to if you wanted to listen to your CDs in the car, and everybody started getting the
Yeah,
CDs.
and back in the 90s or early 80s, if you had a car, it had a cassette.
I think Chris is laying
Deck
claims
in it.
to Williams.
Yeah, he
I
probably
think
did.
I think he's laying claims to Williams.
William, where is my cassette player? My adapter.
That makes sense.
Yeah, everybody had that. You had that, and then you had the giant photo album full of CDs.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the damn
yeah.
thing was.
was
I
just-
had one.
So then at
Yeah, buddy.
home you had all the jewel cases with no CDs or a cover, but in your car you had the big photo album that had the front cover and the CD in a
Yes,
sleeve.
sir. That's how mine was set up.
Or if you were fancy and only had a handful of them of your favorites, you put those on the visor.
The visor, the quick grab, what
That's
I call
right.
it. Let me get this.
Yeah.
This is my top
Quick
5
grab.
up here.
what you want to listen to?
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't like any of these, check your visor.
Yeah. That's all my Napster stuff over there.
No, it's before Napster.
Boy,
we
when
haven't
they
got-
come along,
We
though.
haven't, but we haven't gotten into being able to burn your own CDs at home yet.
So
Right.
right
yeah.
now we're at the cassette CD decks, right?
The evolution of
think
going
that
from
was in-
cassettes to CD.
92, I think I said
that-
92 or 93.
What is
No,
CD?
it was earlier
What
than
is
that.
CD?
It was
or
earlier than that.
compact disc?
Hold on.
Compact disc.
Compact disc CD.
Okay, I got a little trivia question for y'all. See if y'all know. What was the first album that was released on CD?
Weird Al Yankovic.
Nope.
I'm too sexy for my.
Hey, Siri.
Shut up, Chris.
Don't say it. Now everybody that's listening, their series just took off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, mine did. Damn it.
How's he activating your phone? You better talk to Chuck about that.
No, but
Here
I
got
mean,
the passcode.
do y'all know the first
tell
actual
me.
CD that was released on CD was Billy Joel's 52nd Street,
Really?
1982.
How about that?
That was the first one that was released, like,
Publicly.
well,
the
publicly,
stores.
yeah. Actually, the first album that was recorded on CD, or that was
Printed.
recorded to printed on CD, was, I think, ABBA's album in 1980 or 81 or something like that. But it was never released. Because that was when they were still in the, where they were trying to figure everything out. But yes, I think the first album that was released on CD, which I thought was cool. I mean, that's a cool little fact. I'm like,
It is.
I was like,
Well,
what-
everything's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. And so
he
it
gets
was
to be the
Billy
one.
Joel's 52nd Street, and which I think wasn't 52nd Street. Did you know when it comes?
I'm not
out?
going to know. No.
I
was
don't know,
going ahead and
but
tell you
it
right
was,
now
It was
before.
82, but I think it was like a re-release because I don't know if that album came out
Well,
in
that would
82.
and that would be. I guess that would make sense because he could have already put the album out on vinyl like they were
Yeah.
normally doing, but then also said, hey, surprise, we've also
So,
got it in this new format that's
New
coming out.
format is coming out. Yeah.
That makes me wonder about you went Laserdisc tried to be something before DVDs were, so I wonder now like who was the first, not Laserdisc, but who was the first DVD movie
but,
to go out?
Even with CDs when they came out, I was like, I like this because you can go right to a song you want to go to.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You know,
Which was what we
on
did
your-
with the 8-track though. You could do that with the 8-track.
I
Well,
don't remember 8-track though because I.
yeah, 8-track you could press a button and it would go to a track.
But so
And
and to do that, they couldn't make it where it would go to song.
Well, no, because you had there are only 4 tracks. There's a left and right, so actually you only got 2 tracks, one on one side, one on the other side. You see what I mean?
yeah.
So your stereo tracks now you've only have 2 songs that could be playing at the same time theoretically, but one's on one side, side A, and the other's on side B. So you've got stereo left and right on one side, stereo left and right on the other side.
So then, why do they think cassettes would be better than 8-tracks then?
I don't know. I wasn't there, but my guess would be that
Well,
But it would be more compact.
I'm seriously asking because I don't
yeah.
know.
More compact.
Well, and I think also you could put you had longer runtime on a cassette.
So you could put more on a cassette.
Yeah, because what would you have, like
But-
120 minutes you could run on a cassette?
Probably.
I don't know. I think
don't
something
know
like
either,
that. 60 minutes maybe.
No, it was more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I know it was more than that. But I don't know
Well,
that you ever have the
yeah,
ability
yeah,
to
but-
record on an 8-track. I don't think you could do that.
Well, was it more than six? Because I know you had like double albums with cassettes, and the runtime was like 120, and you had 2 cassettes.
Yeah,
So
that's what
I think maybe one cassette
So you
was
saying
runtime
60
maybe
minutes?
60 minutes.
Google that, Chris.
No. I'm positive it's more than that because I remember because you could get the tapes from your local store to record yourself, and you had I remember the 120 on there.
Oh well maybe to record,
No.
but I mean, if you're buying the cassettes of like your favorite bands,
Yeah.
I
Well,
remember they had like the double albums
Right,
or the
but-
double cassette, which would be and it would be the runtime like 172 minutes,
Okay.
and it would be on 2 cassettes.
172 minutes.
But they could only fit so many minutes on there because the cassette itself is so big. But if you get a tape that you get an album that was only 30 minutes long, they're not going to have 120 minutes worth of tape on there. It's going to be a smaller reel on one side. So when it's over, the tape deck stops and to flip it over. But on a longer album, like on the pre-made in the studio, they're going to be the length of tape is the length of the album. But if you want to get your own, you can buy your own that was 120 minutes. So if you got a 170 something minute album, double album,
Yeah.
whatever, then my guess would be they'd put around 120 minutes or stop wherever that song stopped around there, and then put the rest on the
other
on the
side.
second CD or the second tape. Yeah.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do,
But I think
I've always wondered about that.
I think 120 minutes was about the max that you could do because of the size of the case that it, and it rolls and gets bigger. What'd you learn over there, Chris, while we were?
Oh, I'm on the MP3s now.
MP3s.
Well,
he
after that,
went straight over CDs.
no, we get the CDs. I think, but I don't know if y'all talked about it doing y'all's because I was fighting with Google over here. I don't think y'all, I think I caught the end of y'all's conversation. Was y'all talking about how much more you could put on a cassette than versus a CD?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking, I mean, you could put there was only 6 or 7 songs on one side of a tape that you could put on there.
On the cassette tape? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it was
usually
5 or 6 songs.
5 or 6, I think.
And a CD, if you get probably about 3.5 minutes of a song, you can put
CDs
12 or 13
CDs
songs.
didn't have sides.
Okay.
I know that. I'm
think-
just saying.
Well,
They took all the technology from the cassette tape from front to back and just put them all on one disc.
Yeah, but you could still have a double album with CDs, and it'd be 2 CDs, not just one.
I hate
flip,
you.
You wouldn't flip.
Use your illusions 1 or 2. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's.
I bought Stadium Arcadium. I know how much and the Metallica album.
all right. A CD can only hold 74 minutes, not 120. So a tape you can record longer.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Now
a
listen.
tape, a cassette tape, you can
120.
120.
120. Let me look it up. I'm sticking with 120.
So that's 120 on. Is that front and back, or is that one side?
That's total.
But why?
Okay,
so why did
front
they
and
put?
back.
Why did
Okay.
they put
60 minutes per
only
side.
5 or 6 songs on one side of a deck player?
We just talked. I
I
totally explained that.
My bad.
Like you got to find a place to stop,
Well,
right? Your longest side is going to be how long that tape is when they're making the album, and it's not going to be exactly 60 minutes or whatever. Excuse me, or up.
Yeah,
wherever,
I got
wherever
what
it
you're
falls,
saying.
wherever it falls, the longest side of that tape is
I
going to
got
be
you
the
saying.
length of
I
tape.
got you.
And when you flip it over and you finish the other side,
get
it's going
him
to end.
started
It's
again.
going to end early, and that tape's going to go for a while. That's why your tape goes along for a while.
Did you hear
quietly.
that? Whip you when I wanna.
So while Trey's looking that up,
Yeah, I was
Let's-
I was right, by the way. Up to 60 minutes per side.
That's pretty good, Trey. Good job. I'm glad you. This thing over
I didn't
here,
even research this.
Man,
I knew
this thing's
this.
giving me a heart. I need a person
Okay.
on the side of me
All right,
researching.
That can
well,
spell.
well, let's go.
Yeah.
We skipped over vinyl.
We did.
Vinyl came out in the 30s.
We didn't skip over vinyl.
We did. We
we
did
talked
not.
I talked
we
about the cone
vinyl.
and the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as
How much information you could put on one side of a vinyl?
no, I mean, people use a vinyl. That used to be
Vinyl's coming back.
Well, I know it is. It's coming
I
back in
already
a
got
big
it.
way. A lot of people buy vinyl albums now, and
Collectors.
everybody, yeah,
Yeah, I got me a vinyl player at the house right now, and I
I do too.
and I like to get drunk and hear it.
And I started buying vinyl
Oh,
albums.
I miss you, Mama.
I started buying
I'm
buying
sorry,
vinyl
Mama. That's
albums. And
morbid as
I got
hell.
a lot of vinyl, but I don't know. I don't like listening to vinyl just because.
It takes
I
too
don't-
long.
Because
It's too much
no,
work
you don't have a
involved.
soul.
You've gotten used to the convenience.
You don't have
of,
a soul.
That's what it is.
Only
It-
people with no souls don't
No,
listen to
it's-
vinyl.
I,
You're a devil.
I have put vinyl on vinyl I bought, and I hear
That's
And
the
then-
beauty of it.
yeah,
what that might be.
I like that part
And
too.
some people like that.
But I understand you don't have the convenience anymore. Like you could pull your phone out and start playing a song, and if you don't like that song, you can within seconds you can not only change the song but change the artist.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get the convenience now, but for me they're always
that's what it's become.
yeah. For me
I
it's
think.
always going to
Having
have
the
that.
bourbon by the fire.
Well, and
put
that
on-
might be, but to me,
Put on a little
I-
Jeeper jab.
I like
be
the
in the
CD
game, son.
just because the CD you can go from song to song. You can fast forward if you want to. Through
You're a
part of the
lazy
song.
bastard. Then that's what's wrong with you.
What? No,
You don't want to wait
that-
for greatness.
That's what I I like, and I don't. I started buying vinyl just because I like having the big artwork and being able to see everything inside.
Show
Yep.
off to how
No, not to
your
show
high-end
off.
guest.
No, but because
Chuck
I like.
lets in.
No, because that was one of the things I always bought albums for, is to look at the, artwork, the cover work, and I also like looking at, most albums had the lyrics in it. I like being able to look at the lyrics and read them and see, exactly what songs when I'm listening to.
He does say ass right here. I knew it. I knew it.
It's funny you would use that word ass.
All right. MP3s came out after the CD.
After the
man.
CD?
I tell you what.
When
Was
did
it
they come out?
MP3
They
after
came
the
out
CD?
in 1997.
What was it? MP3 that
Yeah.
came out.
And
after
check this
CD.
out. They had 126 millibytes.
Millibytes?
Megabytes.
That's crazy.
Megabytes.
Is it megabytes?
It could be millibytes.
Megatrons?
We don't know.
Hold on. Tell me what you just said again.
Decepticons, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Read that to me.
The Transformers coming out of this thing.
Say it again. Like
128 MBs.
Okay, megabytes.
Yeah. You
What
trying
about-
to get me to use? Trying to get me to say something?
No, I'm trying to figure out what the hell you're talking about. Like,
That's how much it would hold. The first MP3.
And,
Oh,
and how
MP3?
much is that?
okay, because here's the thing: MP3 is a file format.
You can't argue with
You just lost Trey.
No, MP3 is a file
Trey,
format.
he just
PC
lost Chris there.
works.
PC
Exactly
works.
what I'm looking at.
Yeah, read it. I need this in context because, that's
Portable MP3 players
yes.
became even more portable in 2001 when the Intel launched the first roomy 128 MB player, the Pocket Cancer.
Right. There you go.
Pocket
There
Concert.
you go. What you just said. What you just said. That's how much storage that could hold. That's MP3s is a file. MP3 is a file format. So every song was a. Hold on. Sweet Child of Mine. .mp3. That's a file format. So you had that file on your MP3 player. What you just read makes it sound like you're saying that they had 100 megabyte player, so they could hold 100 megabytes worth of music. So if that MP3 was 5 megabytes,
I don't even know what 1 megabyte is, Trey.
You lost him there.
Can you
I'm
give me
just
a
saying,
ruler?
when
Give
you
me an
said-
example on a ruler.
I'm just saying MP3 is not a thing. It's a file format. It's not a player.
So
MP3 is a
what you're reading. It's not like you can you can't put 13,098 songs on one thing.
Megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes.
What's an MP32? Can you explain to me that?
I don't know that one. I don't. Are you sure you're reading that right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. 'Cause I don't know what MP32 is.
I mean,
Here we go, see?
32.
See,
Oh, MP32 go. That's a damn football play.
MP.
So what about floppy disk?
MP32 go.
MP32 4 is another MP3 player. You're looking at players. You're talking about the unit that plays the music. We're talking about the music.
He's over there on Best Buy site looking at all the MP3 players.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, I knew something wasn't right.
The first portable MP3 player was launched in 1997 by
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about play.
Sehan Information
Okay,
Systems.
okay, I got you right here.
When sold.
Let me explain something to you, Chris. What you're saying right now is the exact same thing if we decided to talk about the Walkman when we were talking about cassettes, but we didn't. We were talking about the cassettes themselves.
I forgot about the Walkman. We need to go back.
Did you have a Walkman?
We've gone too far. Yes, I did. I've even had the what you call it, the small ass things. They were like this big, and it was like a Walkman, and you know what I'm talking about.
I had one, the little micro recorder.
Yes, you could actually put them on keychains and
Yeah. Okay.
but it was on one song.
What about floppy disk?
We ain't in computer class, man. That was
But what
he's
he's saying.
talking about what's my word per minute.
But what's
type
he
stuff.
what he just said is the exact same thing though. He's talking about something that holds information. The MP3 player holds information.
Listen,
We're talking about the information itself.
I'm
if you
talking
wanna-
about the
If you want to
whole-
talk about MP3s, that's fine. MP3s is a thing, but how are you? What is that?
You don't want to go to war with me.
I do. I'm winning right now.
Okay. I got all the information I need right here on my right side.
Bullshit! You can't even get her to say the right thing. We're over here talking. You're going, "Hey Siri."
Right now, Trey's America. You the Germans. You way down there.
What an anti-Semitic thing to say.
So so the next evolution in recording, because we coming to an end, that would be streaming, correct? So we would be moving into the streaming era then.
Yeah. Let's talk. Give me 5 minutes to talk about the streaming.
5 minutes to look it up.
No, I ain't gonna look it up. So streaming.
All right, you got a minute.
That's no. Ho. Give me 2 minutes on
Come on.
10 seconds up. Go.
I know. Get
Go.
started.
Napster.
No, we're not talking about Napster. No.
I downloaded so much content off of Napster
But you
and
know,
burned so many CDs.
hey, wait a minute. Do you know what you're downloading aside from viruses?
What?
MP3s.
Those are MP3s?
So-
Man, I had all the MP3s.
Well, some of them were waves or AIS, but yeah, most MP3s. Anyway, go ahead. Carry on.
Yeah, ISIS too. I did that. So we downloaded Napster, and you could have the world in your hands. I heard a song one time. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go home and download that song, and it was available. Bam! It took some doing, like starting over.
It's starting that night and getting up the next morning and check on it.
Yeah.
Waiting for your dial up to connect.
Boy, I had the monster Summer Jam CDs. Boy, I put like Summer 2000, Summer 99. You know, I had all the stuff back. I had it all. I had the most dominant playlist in the world. You know what I'm saying?
What was your number one song back then?
Thong song.
Thong song.
Thong song.
That was
Man,
a
that
good
was
song.
a panty dropper.
It was.
Ever
Who
see
was that?
thong?
Was that who was that?
That was Seabiscuit. Cisco.
Cisco.
Yeah.
Cisco.
Sea
yeah.
biscuit.
Yeah.
Do you have any Rico Suave? on there?
No.
2024.
From the G&G studio, Happy New Year from us to you, everybody else. That's all I got, brother.